Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map and today we're down in the desert biome because I want to head back over to the Desert Titan cave over there. The idea is I want to test something out and see if we can get some decent loot from there. I mean, I've been in before and one of the things I didn't do was I didn't pick up the artifact. I mean, it's not one of these caves where you go in there and you know, basically just keep looting the place to get the artifact so that you can keep summoning the boss. It's they've kind of changed things slightly on the Extinction map, where now you have to go into a specific cave where you recover the artifact, but you also summon the boss from there. So that is a bit of a change, because before you would just basically go into a cave and then you would basically just, you know, gather up quite a lot of artifacts over a period of time, and then that way you could go and summon the boss from a beacon at any time basically. But I'll just wait for these to finish whatever they're doing. Now before I head in there though, I mean, if at any time you do find yourself liking the video, then do please click the like button, because that will help me out a great deal. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more content, then yeah, do subscribe. Just remember to click the little bell icon, and then that way you'll get notifications for when new content comes out. And if you've got any comments or suggestions about this particular video or about the channel itself, anything you might want to see for instance, then do please post those in the comment section below. So the strategy today is I want to see what it's like to use bug repellent in here. That's the reason I've actually got Freya with me. I remember doing something like this on one of the caves on the island. It's that long since I've been on the island, but there's quite a few of the dinos that are in there are actually they're actually insects. So I'm beginning to think it's possible. I mean, I've got ghillie armor on me, so it might be possible where I can get in there with bug repellent, and then I might be able to loot the place a bit easier. Because I say, I don't want to get the artifact because I'm collecting the artifacts just for like trophies or what have you. But one thing I do want to do is I want to see what the loot in there is like. So just give you a spritz. Right, so both got bug repellent on, so I'm curious to see if this will work. Because this tactic's been worked on the island. Now I don't think it'll work obviously against rock elementals. It doesn't work against snakes, but things like the bats and the arthropluras just don't care. Yeah, because there is an easier way to get in here. I mean, the last time I was in here I came in with Velonosaurs and I just basically battled my way through. I mean, she doesn't cause any damage, you know, when she's landing, but I mean, there's a shortcut up there you can use if you've got. I know early on you could be able to, you could like fly up there, for instance, but they stopped that. And I don't know whether you can still get in there, like, you know, jumping about with a man of armor. I haven't tried that yet because I'm still trying to breed up Managarmas. It's just taking forever because because the babies are, it's like the gestate and the mother, it just takes forever to breed those sort of dinos, in contrast to like doing egg hatching. Egg hatching's super duper easy. It's very, very quick. I can churn out hundreds of eggs. You know, I can go away, churn out hundreds of eggs, come back, hatch those, and if I've got a mutation or something, great. If not, then okay, I'll go off and do something else. I mean, that's thanks in part to the S Plus mod, the hatchery, to be honest, but it's still a lot quicker. So as I say, I mean, the only thing that should give me any grief, I think, will be the things like the rock elementals and snakes. So as long as I just run away from those things, I should be fine, because they'll just de-aggro. So I'll just have to keep an eye on the timer there. So I'm looking around for any loot crates that might spawn. I know there was at least one in here at some point. I did see one. But this is way easier. I forgot to, now the only hassle I think I'll have, yeah, apart from that thing over there, I'll have to be careful because the last time I was in here I got killed by a blooming capro. I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, this is much easier than doing it that way. I mean, Frey's a pretty strong dino anyway. Even if I aggro the odd one or two snake, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, she could take on the mantises. I'll just have to be careful around here because I think there's piranhas in here. And last time I was in here, I got done by a bloomin' oh, that rock elemental's really determined. Now I wonder, does this stuff? I'm wondering if this stuff washes off. I can't remember if it does or not. Come on, can you get over there? Right, so there's some snakes over there. I don't know about capros, I'm not seeing one. No, that's alright, I mean it didn't wash off. Because one thing I've noticed, like, I mean the artifacts can spawn pretty quick. I mean I'm still limited with only being able to pick up like one at a time. But I'm curious about the actual loot drops. I mean I might have gotten in here too quickly for them to spawn, to be honest. But this, I mean this makes things a lot easier than before. Oh, go away. You're not worth my effort. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if I've come in here and it's just a case that they just haven't had time to spawn. I mean, I've got plenty of time before the bug repellent wears off. I mean, I've put bug repellent on Freya, that way they won't go after her. And I've put bug repellent on myself, that way they won't come after me. So I should be able to jump off Freya. And I should be fine. As long as I don't sort of aggro any snakes, yeah, snakes. So there's the artifact. So, I mean, the last time I came in here, right, there's no rock elementals around. So we shall have that, thank you very much. Last time I came in here, I came in with Volonosaurs and I just completely forgot about the artifact. I wasn't too fussed because, as I say, the thing is with this the system now is you've got to summon the actual boss from within the actual cave itself. So there's no point hoarding the artifact. You know, there's no point coming in here and doing a lot of runs and just keep taking the artifact back and storing them somewhere for a later date. I mean, I've got to come in this cave anyway, so there's no real gain on doing it. What I'm curious now about is the loot drops and where they are, because I ain't seen any. I'm pretty sure there was one down there last time I was here. Yeah, anything? Something? Nothing? Just head back up here because I'm pretty sure it was I think it's the wyvern talons that I need to do this one. I needed corrupted hearts, wyvern talons, and Sargo skins. Right, okay. So the fire talons, I'm going to have to find an efficient way to deal with those wyverns, because I've only seen corrupted wyverns on the map. There are corrupted fire wyverns out there. Sargos, there's quite a few of them I think around there. I think it's on the east side of the city. There's some over there I've seen, along with megalosauruses. Not megalosauruses, they're the megalosauruses are the I think I've already got that one. megalosauruses are the sort of like the stags, if you will, and the megalosaurs are the ones that go to, well, they come out at night, nocturnal. Well, the plan for this was basically to see if I could get decent loot, but I don't think anything has spawned yet. Maybe it takes a while to spawn in. I think what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'll just keep running around, because otherwise there's no point just like showing you a video of nothing, because I've literally gone right through, you know, from one end to the other without any real problems. But I think the only issue is really, as long as I keep the bug spray topped up, I should be fine. And the plan is to basically just run around and have a look and see if I can loot the place. So I'll bring you back once I've found a loot crate. Aha! I finally found one. I was beginning to suspect the game had sort of like turned against me, and it didn't want to let me do any looting. That's not too bad. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to use that, and I'm not going to use that, but I mean, there's the potential. I mean, if you can get like at least get saddles. I mean, I was waiting over at that terminal point for the for the bug repellent to wear off, because the trouble is it doesn't stack. And I then put the repellent back on again, but I went right the way through. They came all the way out to the end, came all the way back, and I still couldn't find anything. I mean, the artifact respawned pretty quickly, but finding these loot crates has been a bit difficult. I think they don't stand out that very well, maybe, but I think there's also a known issue with the loot crates at the moment. So maybe that might get sorted in a future patch or something. Because I literally went all the way out to the exit. I went out, came back through, and I was struggling to find one. But so at least there is one there that I've noticed. So that's a good thing. So it's not broken, but it's I mean, it's a pretty easy way to find loot crates if you want them. I mean, it's just a matter of working your way through, and because this bug repellent certainly works. I mean, I'm not really getting that much hassle from anything except just hello, is that did I get that one? Aha! I never noticed that one before. Well, that's handy. I suppose that's the thing, because I'm looking for loot crates. I'm now looking in all over the place for loot crates, and then I'm just stumbling on other things that I didn't notice before. But it certainly works. I mean, so that's something to bear in mind. I mean, you could pretty much take any dino in here and just spend a bit of time running backwards and forwards, basically. I was hoping for something better. I mean, maybe like some better loot drops and more of them. I mean, it might be worthwhile coming back here when the well, if the assuming wildcard will issue a patch for whatever's causing problems for the loot crates, because so far I ain't seen anything. I think that's the shortcut, where that shortcut comes out. If you use like a managama, for instance, to come through there. I'm just going to run to the edge, because I'm sure there's got to be more than one loot crate. I mean, that one, to be honest, I just completely overlooked it. It didn't stand out very well for me. It's a very light shade of yellow. It's not, it's not bright. It doesn't stand out. So I'm just going to keep running around, and with a bit of luck, I'll find another one. The only thing is, obviously, I've got to keep my eye on that counter for the bug repellent, because if that wears out, I start to attract things like there's the mantis, there's the arthropluras, and there's the bats. Oh, what was that? Was that something there? Oh no, it's just a glow. Oh, it's deceptive. There's like a glow. There's a glow there, and it's shining on the metal. I was getting really optimistic there. I thought I'd found another one. So we're getting close to the exit. But yeah, I mean, I've got to keep an eye on the counter because I ran all the way to the end, and then I ran all the way back, and I just about made it back before this ran out. As I say, as soon as it runs out, you'll start attracting all those creatures that are currently ignoring me. I mean, Frey can handle it, to be honest. I think the only thing that would give her the hassle more than anything is the rock elementals. But the whole reason of coming through here with the bug spray was just to try and make it as quick as possible and as easy as possible. But for whatever reason, it's been a bit of a pain. I'm not getting the loot crates that I was expecting. I thought I would get better respawns. I mean, I've had problems on the island. I know with some of those where you've got to... They were quite interesting because you would go into the cave and nothing would spawn. And I'm talking about single player. So not necessarily single player settings, but where you're running it on your own PC. I would go into a cave and nothing would spawn. So basically you would then go away, leave the area, come back, and then eventually things would spawn in. Here on this map, things are spawning in straight away. There's no issue about creatures not spawning. It's more a case now, it's the loot crates. I mean, I had that kind of problem with what was it, the artifact of the Skylord, I think it is. That one had just never spawned for some reason. For me, it just never spawned on the island. I ended up, to get the achievement, I had to go over to the centre, and that was a bit frustrating. Over here the artifact spawns and it respawns very, very quickly, so the only issue is the loot crates, and ironically that's the very reason I'm in here. I mean, I'm specifically in here to find loot crates. Oh, what's that? Is that something flashing down there? Oh no, that wasn't the plan. Okay, well that was an interesting experience. There was something flashing down there. I could see something flashing, and I think it was oh wait. I think it was just the trick of the light, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's just a trick of the light, things flashing on the metal. Or it could have been the water. Right, down to about 53 seconds. So, I mean, so far I've found about one loot crate. I was expecting more. I mean, I basically waited a few minutes and then put the bug repellent on and then came back out again. I mean, I'm not seeing anything at the moment, although there is the artifacts back up. As I say, that thing spawns really, really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head back to that terminal point. I'll wait a short while because I want the bug repellent. I've got to basically wait until the timer's gone, and then I can put the repellent back on again. So it's almost gone now, but I'm going to wait a few minutes, and then I'll do another run and see if I can find another loot crate. So I'll pause the video back then, and I'll bring you back once I found another one. Well, I ran all the way back out again. Didn't see well, I basically didn't see any loot crates on the way out. So I waited for the bug spray to wear out while I was outside. Now I've come back in again, and this one's spawned. So we've got a red loot crate over here. So that looks like that's the way down to that big like platform area. So it's kind of like halfway, I think, something like that. Yeah. So let's see what's in this red one. So far we've had a yellow one and a red one. Yeah, not going to use those. I mean, I've got like ascendant. I've got ascendant gear, so I've got, yeah. And that's a red crate. So I think maybe I don't know whether it's just literally just time, maybe if I just sat around waiting, twiddling my thumbs, and then go out and explore or something. I don't know. I mean, because that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've just been waiting for the bug spray to wear out, just because I know full well I can't stack it. Make a pass through, get to the exit, and then pretty much come back. So out of about, say, about three maybe getting on 4 loops, I've found about 2 loot crates. So yeah, I'm not overly impressed. I mean, it probably would be better just to go for things like the orbital supply drops. I mean, I'm getting yellow and red crates here, and so far the quality's not that good. I mean, I don't touch the quality on the server settings. They're just all set at default. So we'll run through to the end and oh, hello, did I see that one? I don't know if I've seen that one, have I? Yeah, I must have already seen that one. It's just every time I see one of these things, I'm thinking, oh, is that new? Have I missed it? Because when I first came here, I just pretty much kind of took a bit of a glance as I went through, and then because the goal was more or less just to see what was in here. This time round, I'm taking well, it's a case of I'm not really finding anything, so it's a case of I may as well, like, you know, spend a long time actually looking for things. So I'm going to run it through to the to that terminal platform. See if another one pops up. Otherwise, I think it might be a case of, you know, just come through right to the end, and hopefully you'll see a loot crate that's spawned. If not, you're either going to have to wait for your bug spray to wear off, come back, and then you know, head back out to the entrance, see if you see anything on the way out, wait outside for that to wear off, and then come back through again. So just keep making multiple passes, basically, just to see if anything useful or interesting crops up. But I think, I mean, I'll keep giving it a try. I mean, as I say, as far as I was aware, I saw something in the forums where people were suggesting there is a problem with loot crates spawning in caves. I mean, it feels a fairly large cave, at least when it did when I first came through here. But I suppose in hindsight, it's not that particularly big. So maybe there's only one spawns at a time, but with a bit of luck, Wildcard might do something to improve that. Because I'm just literally going by what people are saying on forums about problems with loot crates spawning. Otherwise, I think it might be better off just doing the orbital supply drops. Because I mean, the loot quality isn't overly fantastic. I mean, I think it's just like a kind of a starter cave anyway, but I was expecting something interesting anyway. So let's see, so we're almost at the end. So is there anything here? No. I mean, the artifact, as I said, there's no problems getting the artifact by spawn. That's pretty much up within just like a few minutes of me picking it up. Nothing there. What about over here? Nope. I think what I might do is I think I'll give it one last go where I'll stop on the platform just to test the theory. I'll wait for about 10 minutes and then I'll make another pass through and see if anything spawns within the cave as I head out. Then what I'll do is I'll wait for the bug spray to wear off once I'm back outside, and then I'll pass through, because I'm just curious of whether these things are respawning based on a timer or whether they only spawn, you know, when somebody enters the cave. So that might give me a better idea of, you know, what sort of tactic to use. Although, as I said, at this rate, I'm more inclined to think I'll be better off just doing orbital supply drops, to be honest. Anything over here? Nope. Oh well, so far there's 2 crates I found, so I'll pause the video and I'll come back once I've done some more runs. Well, no joy. Finding loot crates in here seems to be pretty much hit and miss. I mean, I waited about 10 minutes on that terminal pad, and then I just kind of like made my way out, and I was looking around trying to find if a loot crate had spawned, but no. So what I then did is, once I was back outside, I waited for the bug repellent to wear off. Then I came back in again, because at least last time I came back in and a red loot drop had spawned. So yeah, I came in thinking, oh well, maybe that's it. Maybe these things will only spawn it. You need to come in the cave to trigger them or something. But I've been back in again, and I still haven't seen another loot crate spawn. But one thing I did notice actually is that little tunnel up there. I mean, there's the water crossing there, but right up there there's a sort of like a little shortcut, if you will. I mean, if you've got like a mount that you know, like Freya here, who can climb up the walls. I hadn't noticed this before, so maybe this is like one way to get through with the man of armor as well. That's I haven't seen this little section. I mean, I came in and had a look around here as well, but I mean, there's like Dimetrodons down there. So this is a place I've been clearly missing out on. I haven't noticed it before. Ah, there you go. Lo and behold, there's a loot drop. So that's a bit sneaky, so that might have been there all along. So I'll just pop off and see what we get here then. Okay. I mean, not bad. I mean, I'm at the point where I brought a character in here that's got 100 levels plus, you know, before the game started, and so like a loot crate, a cave like this for loot isn't probably worth my while. But if you're making a way through the game when you just start the map from scratch, then it might make sense. So maybe that's why I've been having problems. It depends where you are. So I mean, I came up that area over there and it brought me out to here, and the loot crate was right up there. Now this one brings me out to, where was it again? It come down here and it brings me out, oh wait, brings me out to here. Now that's just before where the terminal pad is. So as you can see, it's there. That's another way of getting to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back out now. For me, it's probably not worth my while coming in here to get loot. But as I say, if you're like a low-level character, you've just sort of like started on this map, then the sort of like the loot quality might be worthwhile, because it's a kind of an entry-level cave really compared to the rest. But it's certainly a much easier way to get in. You know, if you want to just trigger the desert tank, it's a lot easier doing it this way, I think. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you've got a man of armor, you can do it that way as well, but this is pretty straightforward for me. Now, the other place I'm quite interested in is, where does that one... I don't think that... where does that lead? Oh, that wasn't the plan. I keep falling... This is the trouble. I keep like falling off the edge every so often. That's not going to help me anything. I just want to have a quick look over there and see that... I want to have a quick look over there and see if there's anything up there, actually. I wouldn't have thought so, but it's worth trying. Can I get up there? Can you get up here, Freya? The trouble is, they're not... The cliffs aren't that well designed for a Thylacoleo. Can you try? Oh, come on. You know you want to. Go on. I'm not seeing anything fantastic there. Nah, didn't see anything there. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if you... I'm going to head back to the terminal actually, because this bug repellent's going to wear out any minute. So I suppose, I mean, your options are, if all you're interested in doing is just triggering the Desert Titan, you could come in on a, you know, pretty quick mount, spray it with bug repellent, come in yourself, because you do. These aren't enclosed areas, you know, where you spawn into when you summon the boss. So you could leave your dinos wherever the Titan's going to spawn, and all I've got to then do is just basically rush through here with a like a tame like Freya here, spray her with bug repellent, and spray myself as well, and then I'll go straight into the boss fight. It's much quicker. It's a lot easier than having to battle my way all the way through all those creatures. I mean, they're pretty easy enough to take on, but I'd just rather avoid the aggro in the first place. Another easier way is just basically come in with a Managama, because if you're going to take the Titan on, you'd probably be using a Managama anyway, to be honest. But it certainly makes it, you know, putting this bug repellent on made it a heck of a lot easier for me. I was really hoping to get some decent loot, but I think that's more suited for like lower levels. The crates, I know if you go on place to like the island, red crates tend to be worthwhile farming, you know, on the island. You tend to get decent loot out of those, but so far I'm not overly impressed. I've had like 2 red ones. That was a yellow one, that was the red one, and that was another yellow one. So there are red and yellow ones in here at least. There's probably one somewhere else at some point. So maybe it's a case of just, you know, run through, see if you find anything, wait for the bug repellent to wear off, run back again, and then just keep going backwards and forwards until you've found some decent loot. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If so, then do please leave a like, because that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content, then do please subscribe. And just remember to click the little bell icon, and then that way you'll get the notification for when new content comes out. If you've got any comments or suggestions, or there's anything in particular you want to see on the channel, then do please post those in the comments sections below. But until the next video, thanks very much for watching. Bye! Aha! Just crossed my mind actually, I found another one. There's a little blue loot crate down there, but it's a bit tricky to get into. It's actually on that shortcut that down there. You can come up from here, so I'll just head back down just to show you. So there's a little area here. It's on that way down to where the that little pad area is there. So you would normally be coming down here. Unless you've come in on like a Managama, for instance, you would come down here and then down here, for instance. But if you come in on a Managama, there's actually a shortcut you can use, and it brings you out here. So if I come up here, I'm just going in the opposite direction, basically. Assuming I can get this thing to climb back up the wall again. There's quite a lot of rock elements up here, to be honest. So there you are, straight away. There's a... I'll have to be careful because I think there's a 120 rock elemental in here. So you've obviously got to keep an eye out for all of these loot crates. But anyway, it's right up there. The exit point from there, there's another way in there. So let's see, there's nothing around here. Yeah. And there's my wonderful friend the rock elemental. There's 2 of them up here. But if you come in on a Managama, this is the shortcut. So you're coming over here. So you'd be coming down that ramp, and then you'd head right up here, and it would bring you out here, and you would see that loot crate over there on your left. Oh, I think I've just annoyed the Arthroplura. And then you would come out, you would then either come out back there, or you could come out over here. Let's see where that leads to. Let's head that way. So yeah, so there are quite a few loot crates dotted around. You've just got to know where to look for them. So I'm just going to head back out now because I'm now done. But seeing as I found that one, I thought I'd show you where it was. So again, thanks very much for watching, and until the next video, bye.